All right, let's get started. So welcome to Silent Conversations, Real Talk with an Ex-Death Worker. And I'm your host, Rochelle. Today I'm joined by Minnelle Williams. She is an end-of-life doula, an executor advisor, and a seasoned funeral director with over 20 years experience. I know looking at her, you wouldn't think over 20 years, black don't crack. But yes, over 20 years of experience in the funeral services industry. Through her platform, Endwell, she provides support to family through end-of-life care and legacy planning, right?
Yes.
So welcome, Minnelle.
Thank you for coming. It's ending well with Minnelle.
Ending well. Oh my
that's
gosh.
okay. No worries. Yes, we have
Ending well with Minnelle.
Yeah.
I got to get it right.
Oh, you can do it again?
No, that
I'm
was
sorry.
it.
Oh, my bad. I'm so sorry. Okay, let's go. Okay. Gotcha. Okay.
Okay. So in the introduction,
Yes.
I called myself an ex-death worker.
Yeah.
I call myself that because once I realized what my passion was when I was 18 years old, I've been dibbling and dabbling in the death industry, trying to find my niche, kind of where I can properly fit and provide my, I guess you could say, services, passions, whatever it is, my ideas, right?
Yeah.
So I've worked as a funeral director's assistant. I worked at a coroner's office.
Which is cool.
Which was fun here.
Yeah.
I think it was more fun when I did it in New York.
Probably.
It was only a week, but it's okay. My dreams are shattered. We'll get into that another day. But I've worked in so many different levels of the funeral services or the death industry. And what I realized is that I just want to talk about it, normalize the conversation, and bring people in throughout the industry just to talk about death.
Yeah.
Right? And not make it so scary. So yes, like I was saying, through the journey of me trying to find my place and my footing in this industry, I met you for the first time when I came in to a funeral home, a local funeral home. I reconnected with your cousin, Shelly.
Yes.
And
we found out we were cousins while working in the industry too. Yeah, we didn't know beforehand.
I didn't know
the industry brought family out. It was pretty crazy.
So technically, I've known Shelly longer than you then.
Well, that's fine.
Okay. So she's
we family. What you got? Like
exactly. No, but she is my go-to person.
Yeah.
She is who I would call my mentor. The very first time I had the inkling or that I wanted to get into the industry, I was watching 6 Feet Under. I'm like, oh, this seems like a fun show. I kind of want to be a funeral director. I reached out to Shelly. I just called a random funeral home and she had me come in and job shadow before I took the program at Humber College. And so throughout the years, as I go in and out of the industry, I give her a call. Either which way, she was working at a new funeral home, and I went there to see if I can get a job. Because I'm like, I work full-time as a bus driver, but it's like I still need to work in this industry. It's what I love to do. And that's where I met you.
Yes.
You were working as a funeral pre-planner at the time, correct?
Yes.
And it was just so amazing to see another Black woman. First off, that funeral home was all Black people. So it was nice to see Black people, Caribbean people in that industry, and we're just looking at each other, and we're young and we're cute. I'm like, oh my God, who is she?
Yeah.
So it was nice meeting you for the first time. So tell me a little bit about your start in the industry. What made you get excited, or what made you want to go into that field? Because it's usually not a field that Black people go into.
My family thought I was crazy because none of us are in the industry. Like most people now, if you're jumping into it without anything, you have like, a cousin, an uncle, or somebody who at least introduced you to the concept. Me, nothing, nobody. But ever since I was a kid, I was just weird. My mom would say like, you like to watch the surgeries and all that kind of stuff. But I never understood. You would just sit there with your dinner and want to enjoy it. And I was like, yeah. So I actually did a co-op when I was in high school at a funeral home because I wanted to be like you. I wanted to be a pathologist. I wanted to actually work in the office. And I couldn't get anywhere near a coroner's office as a high schooler trying to get a co-op. They're like, get out of here. So I found a funeral home. And I started there and was like, okay, this is pretty cool. And then I went away to university and did forensic science to get it on my path to go,
How was that?
Here, this is where I learned I don't want to be a pathologist or anything like that because you get too much of the story. Like we already get a lot of the story from families, but now I'm getting the legal side of it too and walking. Listen, I don't watch 6 Feet Under or not 6 Feet Under. I don't watch what's that show? Criminal Minds.
Criminal Minds.
Yeah, the other one, CSI. I can't watch those and go to bed.
Yeah.
Like I have to check the house and everything.
And
I get all scared.
I get
right?
What you mean, yeah. We can easily just watch any random show of Operation. Like if there's a show that comes on, it's like one of those free channels from the smart TVs.
Yeah.
You turn it on and it's just a random show on. I can't remember the name of it, but it's really just a woman going over autopsies all day long. It's
really?
She is a coroner, and from working at the coroner's office, you get the deceased, and it's like, okay, well, this is who we're working on today, and they kind of walk through the autopsy, and then also try to put together kind of what happened, but not in like a CSI Criminal Minds. It's really just, this is me at work, watch me. It's like, come with me today while I do this autopsy.
Love that.
So that's what sparked my interest, right? So those are the type of shows I watched. I watched 6 Feet Under, which sparked my interest in the funeral industry. But working in the industry, like as a funeral director, I realized this is not for me.
Okay.
Yeah, for me, I know I cut you off because I'm going to ramble. This is my passion too. But seeing that show opened up my mind to say, oh, this is actually a profession. Yes. It was never a thought before.
And wait, but what was the thing? Sorry. What was the thing that like told you from the show to actually coming into the industry? Why didn't you like it?
I've never been afraid of death. Yeah. I've never been afraid of going to funerals. It's something that's always excited me. So now watching that dynamic on a TV show where that's all they talk about, it's a family 6 feet under that run a funeral home. It sparked my interest a little bit more to look and research a little bit more in working in the funeral industry and becoming a funeral director. Now that I had the terminology, like the wording, like I didn't, before they used to call us morticians? Yeah. Right? I was like, I don't want to be a mortician. Yeah. And when I worked in the industry, I realized what I liked was connecting and talking with people and seeing how they celebrated their loved one's life. And I wanted to help do that with them. And then the gory stuff was also interesting too, right? That portion of it. But the business side was not for me. I don't want to meet my quotas. I don't want to call people. I don't want to upsell. And that's where I was like, okay, how can I find my niche? Yeah. And that brought me here. Yes. Yeah. To cut you off. Okay. You're explaining so we'll bring it back to you. Yeah.
It's not so yes. I've been at family owned, I've been at private, I've been at corporate, I've been at a bunch of funeral homes in many places in the industry. So I get you. There's parts of this industry that I'm just like, you forgot the compassion part of this. Exactly. You know, like my grandmother died and the funeral home was the worst. Yeah. And it's because they forget how to actually be people and to see people as opposed to just looking at numbers and metrics. Yes. So I get you on that business side being like, this is what I thought it was going to be. And then it's not. It's not. I got into the pre for that exact same reason. Yes. Like I did my years, you know, but I mean, it's hard. It is hard. I did my years lifting bodies, moving bodies, big solid men. Me, little girl, have to pick them up, do all that. You know, it was hard on my back. Back then I was wearing my 3-inch heels all day thinking I was cute. Now my back hurts, you know? So I'm like,
you arrive to someone's home and there's no elevator.
There's nothing.
It's 4 flights of steps. Yeah. It's a small corridor. Yep. This person is really big. Yeah. And they send 2 girls to pick them up. It's like, how are we going to do this? Right. But it was worth it though, before the corporate side of it, the business side of it kind of took away that compassion side.
I think when I first started, years, right? So this is way before CSI and all of that. And when I started, the things that they would tell me is, oh, you want a man's job? Then you got to do the man's job.
Okay, but can you help me?
No. I remember I had to go. I did a removal. There was a gentleman. He was like 300, 320 pounds. Yeah. Very, very large gentleman and out of the city. So I used to love doing out of town transfers because it was me in my car back in the day with my, what's it called? CD player.
Exactly.
With my audiobook on CD. Having a good time, right? I get there. Nobody told us the weight of this gentleman. It's just me. Hospitals have their mandates. They're like, we're not helping.
We can't help you. Yeah.
And now it's me. And I call the funeral home going, what do y'all want me to do? And they're like, figure it out.
Figure it out.
What did I do? Hurt my back. Right? Oh. So that's why.
But did you get him into
Of course I did.
Okay,
of course I did. Who else was going
to? Sorry. Who else was going to do it?
No, who else was going to do it? Yeah. I got to do it for the family. Yeah. But it was years of doing that that I said, I can be better. I can be a better service in a different way. Yes. Because this isn't going to. I'm not going to have the longevity to stay in this if I'm having to do all this all the time.
Exactly.
And as much as I love embalming and I love being on that side, you know, when you come in the industry, the stories.
Well, I mean, it's because it's something that everyone does, right? So it is fun when what would you call it? Coffee table or so-and-so conversation?
Like shop talk, like we're talking about the process?
Guess what I do? You don't like that portion of it? I love talking about that.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay, I don't know. I get the process of doing a good job. Yeah. I get wanting to like make things beautiful, but to me it's a process. And then when I leave that room, it's shut and it's gone. Yeah. I don't, that like, you know, like I've got my hard boundary is I don't carry that with me. Okay. Also, it's been a really long time. So it's not like, Yeah, I'm thinking about what. Oh my gosh, I can't even tell you the last time I embalmed a body. Like,
well, I'm sure it'll come back to you.
Yeah,
like,
I definitely can. Yeah. But I mean, like the mindset in those stories, like I don't carry that. What I carry is that the reason, like you get in on this side where I'm meeting and I'm sitting down with you, we're getting into this, we're talking about your auntie's cousin and everybody else. That's what I carry. Yes. Those are the people, those stories that I love rather than the shop.
I like a mixture of both of them.
Yeah?
I like a mixture of both of them. Because like I said, I'm just like you. I just like talking with the family.
Yeah.
Because we're all history. It's like, what do you mean? Like, sometimes when I was doing the embalming or when I was looking at a deceased person and I'm like, oh man, damn, you were just here yesterday. Yeah. Or you were just here a few hours ago. And I'm looking at this person, I'm like, they were somebody. Mm-hmm. And as simple as that concept seems, they were just here. Yeah. So I like that part, that moment I spend with that person in the room. Sometimes I talk to them. Yeah, not looking for an answer, but it's just like, okay, acknowledging who they were with the families. And then the business side of it, because I removed myself from the funeral home, I can give really open, unsolicited advice with my own opinion. Just to touch a little bit, because I know we got sidetracked on the story, I had a friend whose brother passed away, and he passed away in a fire. And so there was no there was no body. And I'm in there in the funeral home helping her arrange, and they're trying to upsell her a casket. They're trying to make it seem, because you don't know, you think you're supposed to have these things. And I had to take a step back because they didn't know who I was. I said, why would she need a casket? I go, was there any remains? They go, no, but for symbolism. I'm like, so you're trying to upsell her a casket for a body that doesn't exist. It's not like, though it was really bad. So there's nothing to view. So why? She's like, oh, just put the casket at the front just to make it look like, and then we can. I'm like, we can do the same thing with the urn. Let's do a private cremation, allow the family to have that moment. And they also want the service because he was young for everyone to come. And then we'll have the urn at the front in his picture. There is no need for a casket. But I sat there in that room and I was so disappointed in that person for trying to upsell things that didn't matter. And that's where the compassion comes in. Because I wouldn't even think. Go ahead.
On the other side.
Go ahead.
And I know the industry got called out for back in the day for doing that kind of like the upselling, the pushing. Yes. I do understand presenting all options. Because I'm always going to present you all of the options, whether we have a weighted casket or something. Because for some people, you need that visual. You need that mental, like if, let's say they wanted burial or something like that, you need that mental recognition that, okay, he's not there, but it's a symbol of him, right? So, but the same thing can happen with an urn. Right. Yes. But I'm like, I'm still going to present you everything and then you choose what you want. Whereas the pushing, I like that. Right. But I'm like, yeah, people are people, right? Like,
I mean, I guess.
No, I mean, like in the, like in the industry, like any industry, you forget that like you've got doctors, you've got, lawyers, you've got all these great people who come into the profession with ideals and wonderful plans. Yeah. And then you've got those who come in to make money, or you've got those who come in and they're just feeling the pressure of I have to, whatever, know? So like as much as they're meeting a real person, you're meeting a real person. And sometimes the person you meet is not having the best experience.
And I can understand that being in any industry for years upon years. Yeah. And then you meet good people. There's also bad people. You get hardened. You were nice. Yeah. So I do understand that. Yeah. That was one thing, though, that made me say, okay, I want to, through me talking the way that I do about this subject, hopefully make people feel comfortable to come to me and ask the questions, and then I can direct them to who I feel might give them the best possible answer, but also not take advantage.
Your safe place.
My safe place.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's exactly what I do. Yeah. Okay.
I love that. I think we need more of that because a lot of people don't even know, like when it comes to death, when it comes to dying, people are just like, I have no idea. I've never thought about it. I don't think about it. What do I do?
I don't want to talk about it.
And then anybody can say anything. They're like, yes, okay, let's go. I'm like, hold on one second. Let's talk about your options and what you actually want. Yeah. So having someone that can say, I'm here for you for no other reason. You're my priority. Okay, let's go from there. Right? To have a call.
And that's one of the things that I like in what you're doing and how you shifted gears a little bit and you went into legacy planning. Because I think it's really important to have those conversations now. If the conversation is going to happen regardless, let's do it now. Well, I can laugh and joke with you. Yeah. And then at my funeral, you can tell everyone about how we planned my funeral and I was laughing. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
But now you have my ideas because you don't want to have to deal with that type of thought process or planning. My mom just died. Do I want to think about what pictures? I don't know where the pictures are. I don't know where any of that stuff is. Then that's just the the personal stuff.
Yeah.
What about the banking information? What about the estate planning? I mean, I know I'm not naming the things properly, but I want you to touch on that a little bit, right?
Yeah. I was just like, I was listening to a show this morning. There was a speaker this morning talking about it. And she was like, when her mother died, she just, it's like your brain just went, and it just stopped. Yeah, it was completely done.
Yeah.
And then she's like, everyone said, okay, this. And the funeral home was great. Like the friends are great. Everyone's around and supporting in this. But then I had to deal with the logistics. Yeah. And I was not, listen, people are not prepared for being an executor. No. Not at all. Not today. No. Yeah. Back in the day when you had 2 bank accounts and, you know, like church donations and that's it, you know, and your pension.
Yeah.
Sure. It was a lot easier, but anyone can do it. Now, how many side hustles do you have? Like how much everything else? Like it's a whole job.
It's a whole job.
And you don't have the brain.
Yeah.
You know, your brain capacity is gone.
Yeah.
I think people forget what's going to happen. You know, we think in these ideals that everything is going to be fine. But like even my dad, he's not dead, but I had to support with his estate. And when he got sick and like we had to go move his stuff out, everything, I'm trying to think about doctors, him, care, this, that. And you want to ask me a question. We will literally have this conversation. I'm going to turn around, come back. I know you told me something and it was important and I probably should have written it down, but I can't remember. You know, I'm like, this is what you're dealing with. Mm-hmm. And you want someone to be responsible for your estate in that state?
In that state, yeah. It makes it hard. And I had a little glimpse of that and not really so much. It made me start thinking, because I have my daughter, she's 18. I just have the one child, my baby. But when I got really sick last year this time and I was in the hospital, it's not so much the estate planning and that stuff. I kind of got that sorted out. But I wanted to have the conversation with my family about talking about death and dying. Yeah. Because I tell my cousins all the time, we're not next, but our parents are, and we're right under them, and we're getting older. And I think everyone got a little bit of a wake up call with me because I was sick. They didn't know what was wrong with me. And it's funny because my cousin, she would come to the hospital, and I'm in and out of it because I'm tired, and she's just staring at me like this. To the point where I said, if you're going to look at me that way, you're going to have to leave. But she's like, I didn't know what to do. I thought you were dying. Yeah. I thought you were this. My dad, he didn't know what to do. So he, as a man, he thinks he has to take control. So he didn't let his emotions show until one time when he thought I wasn't looking and they came to do a biopsy on me. And he was peeking behind the curtain just to make sure I'm okay. He would do little things like, you know, he brings me muffins and I can't eat, right? But he's bringing me treats. And I would say, when I get the energy, please no one touch me because I'm in pain. And they're still petting me. So those are things I had to let happen. But once I got over this whole Rochelle is dying thing, because I didn't die and I wasn't dying, I made sure to sit down and have those conversations with my family and say, hey, let's talk about it. Let's do a big family event where we plan each other's funerals. As morbid as that sounds, let's do that. My aunt, who has dementia, she's 70, strong, but you know, unfortunately that disease can kill. And I said, let's use her as the first person, right? Because whenever she gets sick and she ends up going to the hospital, everyone starts to panic. No one knows anything. Or everyone wants to now come and support my cousin my cousin and her brother. But my cousin, the female, she has taken on majority of it. And not because her brother can't or won't. She's just the woman, right? Woman, that's her mother. They lost their father about 10 years ago as well, which I believe, and we all believe, kind of brought on the early onset of dementia. So although they have the financial sides squared away, we need now to come and support family. And there's a lot of us. There's 7 sisters. I lied. There is not 7 sisters. There is 5 sisters. I think there's like 6 or 7 of them in I know my family, right? In total, but there's a lot of nieces, nephews. So I said, let's just have a cousin's weekend. We all gather the pictures that we have of Auntie Pam from when she was younger, and let's start that collection. So therefore, we're ready to go. I love when that. It happens 20 years from now, or whenever it happens, we don't have to keep looking.
I love that.
All those screenshots you have in your phone, let's print them off and start that.
You see, like what you're talking about, like how people were interacting with you when you were in the hospital.
Yes.
Like that, I want to happen at the cousins weekend. Like talk about, like, cause I'm like, people, we don't talk about that.
Yes.
So you're like the pictures, the practicality. Let's talk about her favorite poems and all of that. I'm like, and you see the cousin the one who's doing everything.
Yes.
And people want to jump in to help when
it's hectic.
It's like too crazy.
Yeah.
Right now, in this moment when there's all this time, is a perfect time to start gathering, talking about stories, sharing those things, and being involved in that way. It's light. It's a light lift. It's just, here's a story that I want to share. I'm going to write it down and I'm going to give it to you.
Exactly.
Tell me something about our childhood. You bring in like the siblings, you know, whatever. Like, tell me a little bit and start gathering those things
all
now.
The family secrets that people have. Can we get them out now?
The cookies, please. The Christmas. How do I make that pie? You know, like, let's do those things. Yeah.
Things like that. I think that's really important. One of my favorite quotes that I have is, I don't want to tiptoe through life just to arrive safely at death. And I say that often to my family, everybody, when I'm bringing up, talking about it, planning ahead, and just creating the memories, but also just how I move through life as well. Yeah. And that quote comes up often while I'm doom scrolling on social media. But then, you know, your algorithm goes to what you like a lot. And obviously I talk a lot about death. So you get those, I guess they're interviews, on the Style Street interviews, or they go into nursing homes and they speak to older people and ask about what are some things you would tell your younger self or younger people. I'm just going to read a few of those quotes quickly, and then we can kind of talk about what you feel about it, because we know how I feel about it.
Okay.
They always say more family time, less work time. That's something that comes up the most. Yeah. And I make sure, I mean, I don't like working regardless. Yeah. Like for my regular paycheck job. So I always, one thing I'm so happy I was able to give my daughter, no matter what, I was at all her basketball games, all her sports events, everything. I'm missing work. I don't care. I never missed it because now she's 18. Yeah. I have a lot of freedom because she's 18 and my work schedule is not as hectic. But she's not doing those things anymore. Yeah. So if I waited till my work schedule was better, I would have missed out on all of that. Yeah. So I'm glad I have that memory. Yeah. She may not like remembering me yelling from the sides.
Yeah, she will. She might not like it in this moment.
But she would,
But 20 years from now, she's going to remember that you were there, and that's going to be a base. Exactly. So I love that. Yeah.
I wish I had more courage just to be myself. That one for me. Yeah. I've been shy a lot. Yeah. I know you guys can't tell because I talk a lot on camera. But this is something I've been wanting to do for so long. Yeah. Just talk about death and dead people. Yeah. And Jamaican people always say, well, you love dead people too much. Yeah. Yeah, I do. I do.
That's okay. Right? That's my passion.
Yeah. Yeah. So having the courage to be yourself. Yeah. And do what you like.
Yeah. I think it took me a long time to kind of just leave. Like to leave, to quit the job. Yeah. And say, it was sure, everything is great, everything is fine, everything's whatever, but I'm not fulfilling the passions that I feel within me, and I'm just gonna jump out and do it, and it's gonna be okay or it's not, but whatever, but I'm gonna try. Yeah. And in doing, like, taking those moments to be like, okay, Minnelle, what's important to you? Yeah. And let's be intentional, because like you have that. I love that we both have all of our quotes, because I have like Ilua Arthur. She is my girl. Yeah. And she has a quote just talking about like living a life worth dying from. Yes. And I'm like, whoo, please, like, let me not get to the end with all of my thoughts and my passions and my creativity and whatever. I want to expel it all right now, so that by the time I'm dead, it's like, yeah,
I get it. Yeah. Because I think we all forget that we die. We die.
And we know this.
Yeah, we know
Here's
this.
The thing. Can I tell you? Yeah. So you were talking before about like, okay, family, okay, older people are going to go first and then us and then whatever. See how things changed for me? When I first started the industry, there was nobody, not really people like who, no, not to look like us. I'm talking about age. Like there weren't that many people who were young like me dying, right? Okay. And then as you stay in the industry longer, people who are your age start dying and you're like, oh, hold on, I'm getting to the age. You know, I'm not that young person anymore, or I'm getting to the age where we died.
It's
now.
Like our parents' generation, it's us.
It's here. Yeah. It's starting here. And that realization that, I might not. You don't have us all that time. So let me actually be intentional. Yeah. It's weird. That's a weird feeling.
One of my favorite pastimes, I know that sounds weird, outside of doom scrolling, I often go and read obituaries on the funeral home websites.
Oh, wow.
I do.
I like to go to the cemeteries and look at the
I do that
epitaphs.
too.
I love that.
I do that too.
People. Okay.
There we go. We can do that another day.
Yeah.
But one of the things that I noticed when you brought up people our age dying, I came across a few, not just my age. I went to school with them. Oh. I said, oh my God. Yeah. When did they die? Yeah. Oh my God. So that was also a realization to me, even though I've always lived that way, it's a constant reminder, hey, time is limited. Yeah. Do what you want to do. Yeah. I mean, obviously, we're here, so we have to be responsible to an extent, but also reevaluate your life and decide what it is that you want and how you want to live. Yeah. And remember, we all die. Yeah. Yeah. I think that's something we all forget. Yeah. We all die. Yeah. It's going to happen. So I'll just read one more. Okay. And this is one I need to live by, especially after being sick last year. I wish I've taken better care of myself, and I wish I traveled more. Those two things I also put at the forefront as I'm pivoting from driving the bus. Brampton Transit, I love you, but I'm, right? Pivoting from driving the bus a little bit, and as my daughter's getting older, and I didn't have any more children, and I'm free now to kind of do what I want, I am going to concentrate on my health, getting active again, doing activities, but also traveling more. Every year, my family does a big group trip, and I found myself bogged down at work, like, oh, I got to do this, and I can't afford the trip. And I said, actually, I don't care, I am.
Yeah.
What do I got to do? What do I have to arrange? What do I have to give back?
Yeah.
So that I can go on that trip and make sure I can always be a part of that because, I mean, we're going to die.
If not else, when?
And that car will still be here. I'm going to die and leave the car.
Yeah.
And that will piss me off. Bury me with the car. Yeah. Well, some cultures do that.
I'm like, how Jamaican are you? We will get that great big grave to put the car in it with it. Oh, okay.
They do that. I don't want to go off track, but I know, I believe it's Ghanaian funerals.
They do.
They do that tradition in some extent. That will be a future topic I'll talk about. But
they just have such beautiful caskets. Like they're just such creative options. I love it.
I was reading about it recently, so I didn't get too deep into it, but I know they said some people take a year or two before they're actually buried. Oh yeah, because it's a whole process.
It's a whole thing. They're doing funerals right. It's a whole. It's like it's bigger than your wedding. Event. It's bigger than the wedding. That's how much planning, creativity, funds, everything goes into it.
And guess what? You get to be a part of the planning. Because I told you I want that lion casket. You better make that lion how I want it. Yeah. Either which way.
Alas.
So those are my favorite quotes.
Okay.
Did any of those kind of click to you or?
I think that's the one about, I think it's the second one was the reminder about the fact that we're going to die.
Yeah.
That one. Yeah. That for me, that one, was it that one or was it family? What was the second one?
Spend time with your family. Don't work as much.
Yeah.
Spend more time with families. That's type of wording.
Yep. I think, I don't know as much as I think mine is more maybe a combination of all of them.
Yeah.
Where I'm really focusing right now on trying to be present here now.
Yeah.
Letting everything else go and then being intentional with this moment.
Yes.
So whether it is with spending time with family, whether it is saying, okay, take that vacation, whether it is, saying I'm going to choose to work for this opportunity or not, like I think that's kind of where my focus is now and really be okay with this girl as opposed to what everybody else is seeing and thinking and expecting, right? Because
and I like the way you put that. You found better words to put it than what I was trying to say. No, because you go through life and again, we have responsibilities. So I have a job, and what made recently working at Brampton Transit a lot easier for me, one, my daughter getting older and I have more control of the hours that I work because that obligation is not there. But also taking a step and working on what's passionate for me. And now I see the value of Brampton Transit. That paycheck is helping me fuel my passion until it gets big and then I can say peace out and I'm gone. Right? I know millennials peace.
I love that she's always like Brampton Transit. Hey,
I mean,
you got me for a limited time.
Because it's not for me.
Yeah.
Right? And I was ready to quit. Yeah. Like the other day I was like, I don't care. I will move back home with my mom. Yeah. My sister's got a house up in Shelburne. Yeah. I'll go live there. But then I took a step back and I looked at the bigger picture and how I can use that to help fuel what I'm trying to do outside of that. So I think it's also very important to live in the moment while trying to actively pursue your passion. Yeah. Because that's the only way we're going to get through this life.
Yeah. And then balancing it. Right? Because we've got the job, something that helps pay the bills. Yeah. You got the passion and you got the life. Yeah. Right? So you can't go from the job to the passion to sleep. Somewhere in between there, you got to have the life too to kind of like
feel crazy.
Then we're missing everything we're talking about. Then we can die. We'll be like, oh, dang it. I knew better.
So I want you just to tell me a little bit more about Ending Well with Minnelle.
Yes.
Or did I add that?
No, that's exactly
okay. I didn't steal your idea. Okay, good.
No, you're good.
Ending Well with Minnelle.
Yes.
I know we were kind of sharing our own experiences and what really excites us, and I know everyone can see us really excited about it. Yeah. But just to bring it back, I really want you to let people know how you can be of service. Doing what you love.
Yeah. It's been I think this whole past year has been a journey in figuring out what it is that I want to focus on. Yeah. Because I want to do so much. So, okay, let me bring you into my life here. Okay. So, the funeral director, serving at need, meaning someone who's died, right? Doing the embalmings, doing all of that. We talked about that part of my life, my back. And then I started to do pre's, right? So pre's at the funeral home. We're talking funeral pre-planning. on the side. I have a lady, like when I tell you, you know those people who like want everything? She had it all clear.
Yes.
She has her picture hanging up in her closet. She has her outfit next to the picture. She has her USB with the song she wants to have. Like she had everything. I was like, you are my favorite because you're not afraid to have this conversation with me. Right? And so we talked about it all and we laughed, we had a good time and it's done. Yeah. Now she's off living her life. Anyway, so I did pre's. Mm-hmm. And then I started this. Ending well with Minnelle is basically, people kept asking me questions. Okay, Minnelle, talk to me about pre's, but okay, hold on. I also have a question about my power of attorney. Okay, but I also have a question about this. And I said, okay, we keep needing more help before we get to the funeral home. So let's go further back and meet them where we started. Exactly. So that we can get all this done when it's not necessary and then move forward. So that's what Ending Well with Minnelle is. It's all about teaching you how to live well so that you can end well. And I do it all on social media, talking about it and that, workshops, like so much so, I created a 101 course. Okay. It's basically everything you need to know when it comes to estate planning. Those questions that people are calling going, I don't know what to do. I don't know how. It's there.
And I'm glad there's people like you that found the niche within the industry. Well, no,
I mean, trying. Yeah.
You were trying because you saw, I mean, it's a broad industry, right? And you, like you said, there's so much information. Yeah. There's no way that you can be an expert in all of it. Right? And I'm glad that there's people like you that I can connect with. Yeah. Because I just like talking about it. Yeah. And sometimes I just want to tell my weird stories. And sometimes I just want to talk to someone who also has that same passion, but maybe an expert in one portion of it. Yeah. Right? And I can direct them to someone like you who shares the same passion that I have, but can actually say, okay, Rochelle likes to just talk about the dead body she saw, but let me show you the actual legal documents you need, right?
Let's go through what is required. Step 1, step 2, step 3. But I think it's like, I think within this industry, you find passionate people who are just passionate and about the people. So you got like different lawyers who are like, okay, this is fun, but I love estate law. Yeah. I want to get in there. And if you find someone like on the other side who's doing the like estate administration, and now like we deal with one side of the story. When you get into estate administration, like if you think we hear stories, they not only hear the story, but it's years of going with this family, trying to, or even just like digging up stuff. You got family all over the place. And then what, like all of the fun stuff, like when like my family, somebody died at the funeral. Who are you? Who are you? Surprise sister. What do you mean surprise sister? Who? I have never seen you before in my life. And that happens and then here you are.
Much. And that's not where you want that to happen.
Exactly.
I mean, if I have a outside baby, I would hope you meet that outside baby before I die, even if it's a week before. Just try to get it out the way.
But I'm like, what was I talking to? I'm like, some people, when it comes to estates, like when it comes to death, they just do this, and they don't want to talk about anything. And then you drop bombs like that. You drop bombs like, oh, by the way, I remortgaged the house and I actually don't even have title for it anymore. And surprise, y'all can't stay there. Or, you know, like this,
I would kick your casket. Okay, I would. But I'd be so mad.
And people don't talk. And I'm like, okay, guys, I know we're talking like end of life. There's the care. There's your body. Like, okay, this is how I want to be touched. This is how I want to smell. And then here's the surprises.
If there's any time to tell me that you have a gambling addiction, please do it on your deathbed so at least I'm prepared. Because I'm thinking, okay, I have a house. You think you're planning correctly and then you find that bombshell. And again, I think all that hopefully would come out by talking about these topics and maybe say, Dad, I don't think you have any more children, but do you have any more children?
But I'm like,
please tell me.
I'm like, do the hard conversation.
Yeah, do the hard conversation.
Talk about it. Because I'm like, because then you spend $13,000 on a big old funeral. You're all happy to spend the money on it because you got the insurance money. You're like, cheap. I can.
Nowadays,
I just picked a number. I was like somewhere in the middle. I'm like, that's only on one side. That was just talking funeral. I wasn't talking cemetery. Yeah. But I'm like, so here you go, spend all this money because you think you have insurance money, only to find out, there's all these estate costs that we needed to keep that money for to pay. Yeah. How are you leaving people without plans for these things? There's so many things in this industry that I'm just like.
Well, that's where Ending Well with Minnelle comes in.
Yes,
and it
exactly.
Rhymes,
yes,
and you have a beautiful smile. So hopefully they'll want to speak to you about the house they mortgaged off and won't feel judged.
Or not. This is just your plans for the house. Right.
But yes, and you continue. If
that was it. To speak. Yeah, there's just I'm trying to be a support like you. Okay. Right? My goal is to make these conversations easier. Okay. My dream, I think you talk about random dreams. Yes. My dreams are to have, like, you see your cousin's weekend, to have that as a retreat. right? So we're all going to come together and we're going to talk about these things. We're going to take time. We're going to let's take a moment to see if we can, talk through some things.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah. Right? Let's have that space to talk about end of life and to talk about life. That is a dream for me. It would be fantastic. Easy, right? It can happen. It's
Maybe
just
I'll
a matter
bring
of
you in to do it with my family.
Listen,
they say I'm too bossy.
My cousin is a financial advisor, right? And I'm here, so I'm like, okay, let's go. We're gonna call our family. We're gonna sit down. We're gonna have a talk. He's gonna talk about what he does. I'm gonna talk about what I do, and we're gonna have this opportunity for our family. They're all like, okay. Yeah, it's always okay. And then we got to plan it, schedule it, logistics, all of that, right? But here's the thing. What do we just talk about? The regrets. We only have so much time. We got to make this a priority regardless of everything else that's happening. Maybe it's a Zoom, but there's different ways of doing it where at least we're trying to support each other.
Trying to get past the hard part, get to the fun part.
Yeah.
And then no one has to worry about it when the inevitable happens. Well, some things, but at least the base is covered.
Yeah. Let me just cry. My goal when somebody I love dies is just to cry. Yeah. I want people to just cry when I die rather than scramble. Is that the case right now? Maybe in some ways, but not in all.
Was that supposed to be a secret?
It's a call out. It's a call out. Listen, we're humans. We're working through the process. Exactly. So every day I'm like, hey, Minnelle, not you talking about this on camera. And then not. Most of it is done. Just little things. Right?
I'm just as bad as you. Don't worry about it. At least they know I do not want to be cremated.
No?
I mean, wait. That was backwards.
Why?
I want to be cremated. Oh. See? He's heard me say it. Mike's heard me say it many times off camera. Okay. That was backwards. I want to be cremated. I do not want to be buried.
Why?
I feel like I repeated this so many times.
Okay.
I'm claustrophobic.
Oh.
Makes no sense you're dead.
Okay.
But don't put me in the ground.
That's fine.
Because in my living mind, I feel like you're trapping me in that box for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Then people always say, but you're trapped in the urn. Nope, spread me around.
Gone. Yeah, okay.
Not into the water, though, because I don't like water.
Oh.
So you could throw me out, do whatever.
I think you need to be specific.
Specifically, do not put me in the ground.
Yeah.
Do not leave me in the urn.
Oh.
Do not put me in the water.
Okay.
Don't bury my urn.
Maybe just pick something.
Just scatter me anywhere.
In a garden?
In a garden, that would be good.
Okay.
Just not in the ground and not in the water. And I think that goes back to me being claustrophobic and not tight spaces, even though water is big, but you know what I mean.
Fair enough.
So when we say this lightheartedly, but that's literally what I mean.
Yeah.
First off, don't spend a lot of money on my funeral.
Yep.
Very basic.
Why don't you plan it?
I have.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
But stick to it.
Yeah.
But if you don't, I also don't care.
Yeah.
But this is what I want.
Yeah.
If you're thinking on the side, I need to do this for my mom to remember her. No, you don't.
Yeah.
Right? I'd rather you keep the money, go buy a nice pair of shoes, and remember me
in
the shoes.
Every time you wear it.
Exactly, right?
I might have to put that in my papers.
You might. Yeah. So that, to me, that's money well spent.
Yeah.
You can splurge.
Yeah.
That's your excuse to splurge. I'm splurging in the name of my mom.
Yeah.
And go buy those Prada boots or whatever it is you wanted. And whenever you see them, you remember me. It's better than spending all that money at a funeral home. I understand there's specific things that we have to pay for, and there are legally things you have to do when someone passes away.
Yeah.
That will be covered.
Yeah.
But in terms of what to do with my ashes, unless you want to hold on to them, you don't have to.
Yeah.
Throw it out.
That's so funny because I don't want to be cremated immediately. I don't care. You pick whatever you want to. I've got it arranged. Whatever you want to change, that's fine.
Yeah.
But for me, I was afraid that what if I wasn't dead? What if you think I'm dead and I'm not dead, and I'm like, then you cremate me and I find out I wake up in fire like that.
That's why I don't want you to bury me. You ever hear back in the day, years ago, when they used to bury people and they had the bell, right? And that's wild to me. That's something don't put me in the ground. Yeah. But at least if I wasn't fully dead, which is impossible, we're dead. I know. But even if we were not fully dead and you cremated me, I wouldn't feel it. It's going to happen really quickly.
It's true.
Whereas I wake up and I'm in a box now, which actually did used to happen.
I know.
That's why they had the invention of the bell. What did they used to call it?
Oh, I don't remember the name.
There is a name for it, or maybe I'm making that up.
I believe
But they would just have a bell
attached
to the inside of the casket or the coffin or whatever they used to call it, and people would ring that bell. And you would hope the night shift guy is not sleeping and gets to you quickly, right? Yeah. And I don't think they made it to people often. You're 6 feet down.
I mean, were they 6 feet down back then? Probably not.
No, probably not.
Right? But still, it's a whole process to get there, to get over, dig you up, open the casket.
And you lose oxygen very quickly. I know. Right?
Yeah,
Especially when you start, anyways, we're
getting
into
I know. We're getting into the...
This is why
this is stuff. And this is why I didn't do CSI.
Right? But those stuff interested me.
Yeah.
But also helped me make my decision. Do not put me in the ground. Because our caskets now are really strong and sealed in nice and tight, and I don't think you'll hear the bell.
No. Oh, not anymore. Well, you would need something very... Hey, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Socks or no socks?
Ooh, socks.
Do you want to be buried in socks? Sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
I do want to be buried in socks.
Yeah.
Give me socks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay. In my bed. Warm. Yeah, here's the thing. Like, and the other thing is the ladies.
No socks. I'm being cremated. I'm gonna get hot.
I love the process. That's like ladies with bra or no bra. I had this debate.
Do not bury me in a bra.
No. Listen, you are not burying me with boobs going so, okay? I want them in, I want it in a bra up where they're supposed to be.
For the visitation, that's fine.
And then take it off?
Take it off before you do anything.
You think we're going to go back in there?
No, we know they're not going to.
Yeah, right.
Well, if the family requests that.
Yes. Yeah. Right. Oh, we will. If requested, absolutely. But
yeah. Don't bury, well, I'm not being buried. So I guess leave me how I am. I'm being cremated. It doesn't matter. Yeah, that doesn't apply to me because I'm not being buried. So it doesn't matter if you keep my socks on, take my socks off, keep my bra on.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Okay.
Do what you got to do. Actually, do what you got to do.
Yeah.
Don't make me look crazy in the casket.
No.
Please don't. Mm-mm. Make me look like myself.
Yeah.
Do not say, oh, she was a bus driver. Let me put her in our bus driver. Don't put a transfer in my casket.
No wedding. No, don't put me in a wedding dress. Not that I'm married, but like, don't put me in a wedding dress. Like, I want to be cozy. Put some jogging clothes on me, like something simple. I wish, like, there was a time I was doing nails, and I was like, there's a whole profession that is just available for somebody to go around and to be a nail technician for the deceased, right? Because when I had my nails done all the time, I promise you, I needed them done.
You needed them done.
I want them done when I'm dead.
And it's important too.
Yeah.
And to find someone that is not scared to do it, because even though we are wonderful, extraordinary funeral directors, not all of us can put on makeup.
No, well, not everybody can put on. Who knows how to do a whole full set? Come on,
know.
That's
and now I got to do
specific.
that on top of combing my hair, and matching the makeup, and again,
lashes.
I've just learned to do my own myself.
They look lovely.
Thank you. I love it. Maybe that's a new industry for me. I can go around and do lashes.
You can.
On the deceased. But I get what you mean.
Yeah.
And that's also part of what you put in what you would like when you pass.
Yeah.
Make sure my nails are done.
Yeah.
Socks are on. Bra off. Full set of lashes. Make sure your hair's parted. We're good to go.
That's it. Okay. Oh, I gotta go find I gotta make some adjustments now based on what we talked about. I like that shoe idea. Yeah. I'm like, forget that. I want you to buy something that you're gonna love.
Yes, I remember.
And use it.
Yeah.
I like that. Love that. Yeah.
So we're gonna shift a little bit. Still stay in the industry, but I kind of want to find out a little bit more of your experiences while working. When I say experiences, because when they hear mortician, funeral director, scary stories or spiritual connections or any superstitions or supernatural, whatever you want to call it, right? For me, I haven't had many. When I worked at the funeral home when I just started, I was going into the prep room to help. I was a funeral director's assistant at that time, so I can't embalm on my own. I can only assist. That's pretty much what I do. So I was prepping the room for an embalming, and I'm about to walk into the room in the basement, past the threshold, and a presence just stopped me right there at the door. And it was such a strong feeling. It wasn't an inviting feeling. It was, excuse my language, bitch, don't come in here feeling. And I listened. And there was an energy from that person that was laying there in the prep room. And she didn't like me. And I was like, what did I do? Now that I think back about it, I'm like, I was nice. But whatever it is, we have the saying, a Caribbean or Jamaican saying, my spirit did take her. I don't think her actual spirit, which I believe was still there, did not take mine. And as soon as I came down, she stopped me and said, you better not come in here. And I told, I think it was Shelly I was working with at the time. And I said, I can't help. And I'm glad that we had that understanding that she didn't force me to, right? And that's where the compassion comes in. She didn't force me to go in there because I said she's going to haunt me afterwards. So with saying that, do you have any of those type of experiences while working in this industry?
I love that for this age. I feel like the people entering the funeral service now will honor that. You just feel like you don't feel right. Okay, no problem. Back in the day, they did not care. Did not care. Get in there and get it done.
Get in there and get it done.
Yeah, that was it. Okay, I've got one guy, and the fact, like, he was so funny. There is a gentleman who I was embalming at the time. Yes. And everything is like, I'm cleaning him, right? So it's soapy and everything is wet. And I'm passing by him, and his hands were on his stomach, like, and they fell off of his hand, and he touched my bum as I was passing by. Like, the timing was perfect. Right? Like, when everything has to line up properly for that to happen just like that.
And it doesn't it does.
But I'm a bum. Like, literally. So anyway, so I told the family, this is like a good family. Like, we've gone through this whole process now. So I'm telling them this process, and they're like, we're not surprised. We're not surprised. As he was in life, as he is in death. That would have been him as a man. He was a cheeky one. I was like, well, so it goes, sir. I'm happy I was able to assist you, in your passing.
But wasn't that a little bit comforting? We're all going to be a little bit scared. Yeah. Right? And here, a little bit. Like,
a little, just, you're aware. Right? You're aware. Yeah.
And having the family say, yeah, that's who he was. It was just, that to me would feel comfortable. Like, oh, wow, look, like I get to know a little bit about you. Yeah. We had a moment. Yeah. And now I can feel comfortable. Or not that I wouldn't feel comfortable, but it makes this moment while I'm helping send you off a little bit more personal.
It feels real.
It feels real.
It feels more real.
Yeah. I like that.
For sure. Yeah. I think it's so weird because like I'm naturally a fraidy cat. Like I'm afraid of the dark. Listen, I don't like the dark. I don't like the dead people are not my problem. It's the living, right? So being in the funeral home at nighttime, like you're one person closing up, doing all that kind of stuff. I'm always like afraid. And it's funny, you're talking about this, and as we're saying it, I'm remembering the weird things that scare me. Not necessarily, again, it's not the dead. Yeah. It's not them, but it's the middle of the night going, are they going to leak?
Oh, that's what you're thinking?
Yeah, I know. I know. Not this.
Explain to me what you mean by are they going to leak?
Yeah, sorry.
Who's going to leak?
Oh, sorry. It's okay. In the industry, like anything, right? Yeah. Like let's use something simple. Let's say that somebody had a cut on their arm. Yeah. And of course, if you have a cut on your arm, you're going to be in white. Yes. It's always going to happen that way, you know? And I want to make sure that I've done everything I could to my Grey's Anatomy, I sutured it up. Mm-hmm. I do all my seals and everything to make sure that it's going to be good. Yeah. But in the middle of the night, I'm thinking in my brain, did I put the glue on? Did I forget? Is it going to leak through? Because you can't do a funeral over, right? You got that one chance and that's it. I'm like, tell you, we could do any job ever because we've had to be perfect.
Exactly.
For years. Because you can't do it again.
You can't mess up.
So those are the things that
they're going to remember. Because what's another thing that we always say? Who did the body?
I know.
What funeral home did you go to, right? So it's like we got to make sure we make it look perfect. Yeah. And while you're talking about did he leak? Yeah. I came across something online, and the way misinformation gets spread, well, not really misinformation, but people say the wildest things. And this woman was talking about leakage. Mm-hmm. She's not a funeral director. I guess someone passed, and they were telling her that they had to plug them from the behind. Mm-hmm. And she's just like, oh my God, I didn't need that visual, knowing that my uncle has been buried with a butt plug. And I'm like, that's inappropriate. But I guess that's what it is. And then people was like, oh my God, that's how they do it. And then someone, thank God, who worked in the industry came and said, that's like extreme.
Thank you.
Cases.
Yeah. No.
Like, no, it's not meaning, it doesn't happen all the time. Okay. Yeah, we will put on I guess, lack of better words, a diaper or some type of plastic. Yeah. Not everyone's getting plugged up.
I can't believe they used that term.
They
said a butt plug on a deceased.
Well, the person that did it didn't say that. Is this girl retelling the story?
That is not a thing.
It's not a thing, and that's why I say misinformation gets spread with a little hint of truth, and then a bunch of us death workers jumped into the comments and said, "That's not what it means. No, it's not." Right?
That's like immediately.
I was so offended. I'm like, I have never. Right? But that just came to my mind when you said leakage. I go, oh my God, is Minnelle about to start?
No. Okay, yeah. Listen, that's me on TikTok every now and then. When you see people say things and you're just like, normally I'm scrolling. I'm like, let it go, whatever. Somebody's saying something. Okay. Like everywhere in the world does things differently. Mm-hmm. So I let you guys. But there's every now and then somebody that says something that you're just like, hold on a second. Funeral director here. I just want to.
Director and life planner. Doula.
Let me just explain something. Let me tell you. The death doulas.
Yes.
We
both did that training.
Yes. Yeah, it was a fun training, loved it. It's beautiful. Mm-hmm. I think more people should maybe not do the training, but to experience what it is to deal with a death doula. Yes. Right? Because you think, most people are like, what's a death doula? We don't even know what that is.
They're like, doula, isn't that the birth doula? Yeah. Right? Is that birth doula?
Same idea.
Yeah, same idea. That's why I tell them, I like, the one for babies, bringing them into this world. Yeah. We help people transition out of this world.
I'm focused on you.
Yeah, only.
The whole thing is on you, and then maybe your family. So one of my favorite things in the death doula whole thing is kind of what we were talking about with your family get together. Yeah. There was a story of a family, and they didn't want all these random people. Like the person is now dying. You know, it's not like we've been sick for a very long time. No. You've been sick for a very long time. Nobody comes. Nobody's been there. Yeah. Now you're, everyone's in the hospital. Everyone wants to be there right away, right?
My daughter's family.
It's just so overwhelming
when he thought I was dying.
Yeah.
we be fond enough. Listen, love the guy.
Yeah.
Not together. Hell no.
Yeah.
But, that is my daughter's father.
Yes.
Always going to respect him, right? And we were beefing at the time when I got sick. And when he found out I was sick, he started to bombard my phone with all of his, I call it a deathbed confessions. I'm so sorry. All these things I did to you. And I was like, oh my God, leave me. I'm not dying, but if I'm dying, this is not how I want to spend my last moments. Don't apologize to me now. He sent flowers. Yeah. He sent Swiss chalet upstairs for me to eat, which I ate.
Yep.
But then I always joke that he put a curse on it because I got really bad heartburn afterwards. And I was like, see, this is why I don't want you around.
You're just causing me stress in my heart.
But I say all that to say, like, I don't even actually know where I was going with that. What were we saying?
were talking about people showing up.
Yeah.
Showing up at the last minute when you're overwhelmed already.
If you weren't there for whatever reason before, you're not invited at the last week either, right? Cool. Because it's a lot.
It's too much. And nobody knows. See, people don't know how to act.
Yeah.
Right. And nobody does.
You feel better while I'm dying.
Yeah. I'm like, no, that's not fair. It's not wanted. It's
Yeah.
not required. Right. And so the doula, what they did is they set it up. So they're with the family and they've got one family member because people show up with nothing to do. Your family. Okay. You've been around, but there's too many of us. We're stepping all over each other. We don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
Maybe one person's in the bed because they said it was okay.
Yeah.
As opposed to just being in the bed because you feel that's where you need to be, but they actually don't want them to touch you. So don't go in the bed. Mm-hmm. Anyway. So one who's stepping on toes, they put him at the door.
Yeah.
And his job was to turn people away. I was like,
I like that.
How awesome is that? So he's at the door. Now you're not just going to be like, no, you can't come in.
Yeah.
That's it. It's sorry. Family's having private time right now. Yeah. He doesn't have capacity to have more people come in. Here's what I want you to do.
Yeah.
Here's a journal. Here's like little notebooks, whatever. Yeah. I want you to take a moment.
I like that.
Write a message.
Yeah.
Leave it here. Thank you so much.
And if you want to wait around outside and they change their mind, that's up to them.
Absolutely up to you.
This is not about you.
No, it's putting up those guardrails, those barriers. That. I was like, thank you.
End of life doulas are very important, especially when you it's not immediate death, but it's happening and you want to start the planning and it's someone there to control the room pretty much. Mm-hmm. I think that's a very important thing. And that's what I learned from the program. I decided I didn't want to be an end of life doula after going through it, but it did open my mind and my perspective because I found out about that by looking into becoming a hospice nurse or maybe working at a hospice. Yeah. Then I was like, oh, that requires so much school. I'm not going to do that. So I said, okay, how else can I shift this gear to satisfy my curiosity? Mm-hmm. And that's when I found the End of Life Doula program. I went through the program. I really liked it. Yeah. Still not what I want to do. Maybe I just want to talk.
I love you've done this, eh? You've done a little bit. We're like the same. We've done a little bit like this. I learned this, on this.
Right?
Yeah.
But and that's where silent conversations came for me as well, is because I really wanted just to shoot the shit, for the lack of better words, around this topic. Yeah. And bring the experts in to provide the information. Yeah. Or just hear us go back and forth. Mm-hmm. They might dislike hear us going either which way, right? Yeah. So that's kind of I like that. I wanted to make sure you highlighted that part of it because I can see that you're good at it. Oh,
thank you. Yeah. Thank you. I think me personally, and I don't know about you, but like in this industry for so long, I've carried thousands of stories. Yeah. Thousands of stories from the families I've served, from their families, and from people just, you go to a party. What do you do? I'm a funeral director. Oh, and away they go.
Everybody?
Yeah. I'm like, you're a death doula. Oh, talk to me about,
Yeah.
So with all these stories, I said, how can I best serve, but also protect myself?
Yes.
Because I've left the funeral service industry twice.
Yeah.
This is my second time leaving now. And the first time I left, it's like I could take a full breath.
Yeah.
For the first time in years. Yeah. Because I wasn't responsible for carrying
so much people.
Yeah. Because I don't know how, and maybe I don't know how everybody is doing at keeping up this. It's not necessarily a wall, but there's a protection that we have to have.
Yes.
Right? Because I can't carry all of this grief with me. It's going to be overwhelming. Yeah. So for me,
everyone's energy,
everything, you're exposed to a lot. You're exposed to a lot. Yeah. A lot. And so for me, I'd be like, I can help you through, but I'm not going to go through it with you.
Exactly.
That was my line that I said all the time to families, all the time. And now I'm helping on this side. It's different.
How's that feel?
Well, because now we're talking, for the most part, I don't necessarily deal with a lot of families who are imminent, meaning the person is dying, or getting closer to dying. Yes. For the most part, it's more, we got a diagnosis. We don't know what to do. Okay. Yeah. Perfect. This is where I shine. I'm going to walk you through what you need to know. Here's what to think about. Here's who to talk to. Here's how to engage family from overseas, things like that. And it's just so much lighter for me.
It is.
It's on my terms. Yeah. It's in a way that I feel like I'm best being used. as opposed to putting myself out there again where it's going to be too much and going to overwhelm me.
And recently, and again, you can say as much as you want because I know you had the conversation with the lady that I met on Facebook promoting not normalizing talking about death.
Yes.
She saw my content and said, can you help me?
Yes.
My dad hasn't passed away. He's not sick, but we needed to start. And through that, I was able to pass her on to you where you shine. I was glad that I was able to see my vision or what I wanted to happen actually come to life. Like I've been talking about death for so long and I reached someone who's not my family and friends that roll their eyes and they go, oh, Rochelle's start again. Yeah. That a stranger reached out to me and saw the importance of what I'm trying to do. And I was able to say, I got someone for you. Yeah. And I had more than one person, right? But I had more than one person that could have helped her in different ways. And you were the perfect fit for her. Do you want to I know confidentiality, but how was that experience speaking with somebody that randomly was just put in your lap?
Oh, that for me it's because I promote a lot on social media, I get a lot of people in the DMs and random, hey. So I feel like I have a lot of the first calls, like the same like anywhere, right? You have that first call. Okay, give me an idea. So I always have a 15-minute, 30-minute free call where I'm like, tell me what's going on and how can I help? And that's what that was. So we start with, where are you? What's going on? What's the immediate need that you need support with? And then from there, it's really just educating. It's so funny because I feel like I have the same first conversation all the time, which is great, right? Because I know exactly, once you start talking, I'm like, okay, I got what you need, it's either going to be here, refer out, or it's going to be here, take my checklist, go, okay, here's a workbook, go, whatever it is, it's finding the supports for them. So for her, it was really simple and it's fun, right? Because sometimes families, it's the same. I'm thinking ahead and I want to plan. I don't need anything in this exact moment, but I've got this and what do I do? Okay. Yeah. And it's just finding the plugs for what they need, and that's it. So
you're the plug.
Hey, I like it. I like it. Somebody else, I talked to somebody else about that, and they're like, so because a lot of people they get what I do, but they don't get what I do, and they're like, so I need to do pre-planning. Do you do that still? I'm like, yeah, I can refer out or I can do it for you. It's entirely up to you. Okay, I'm leaning more towards the insurance side as opposed to the funeral. I'll just refer to who I know because the same thing we talked about before, right? We're people in this industry. And based on who is calling me, I can be like, all right, you hear what you need. And I want to talk to you. I want you to talk to somebody who's going to see you as a person. Exactly. Right. So that's what I'm really trying to build is that beautiful team. And I laugh so hard because my accountant, it's your amazing. Cousin? No, accountant. Oh, you're not a cousin.
No, your cousin was a financial advisor.
Oh yeah. See,
I'm not that off.
You're good. Yeah. A different one. Yeah, my accountant is he's amazing. Yeah. But I'm like, okay, listen, he's gonna be what he's gonna be. You're gonna meet with him, and you're either gonna like him or you're not. You're not gonna. But he's gonna do an amazing job. And when you find somebody who can help people and is gonna do a great job, I'm like, all I want to do is send everybody to you because I know it's going to be easy for them and I know what's coming. Let me tell you, the hardest thing for me is dealing with family and friends because they see you as the friend as opposed to the professional. Yeah. And I'm like, I need you to know that I'm looking 10 steps down the line here. Whereas if I was with another family, I'd be like, this is what you're looking at. This is a trajectory. This is some suggestions, things to consider. Family and friends? But I'm like, no.
Do you really? Yes. Yeah. You guys are going to leave this all for me when you guys die. Can we do this
because
now,
you think
please?
I'm going to be okay.
Yeah.
And the answer is no.
No, I won't be okay.
Listen, I'm going to be angry if you leave it for me to fix. And at that point in time, the answer will be no.
No, I agree.
Right? And yes. So sorry.
That's okay. No, it's okay. We both are ramblers.
Listen.
But since we're talking about family, I know we both have a Caribbean background.
Yes.
And I just want to touch on certain traditions.
Yes.
My background is Jamaican. Even though my family doesn't really keep with there's a few funeral traditions that Jamaicans have. We don't necessarily follow all of them. Okay. There is one that comes up a lot. Nine Night. Have you ever heard of Nine Night? Of course everyone knows about Nine Night. But just for the audience, whoever doesn't. In Jamaica, Nine Night is when someone dies. Families have a tradition called Nine Night. So clearly I didn't pre-read this because I'm just repeating myself. Be either which way, for 9 nights, friends, family get together with food, music, and stories, dance and celebration in honor of the person's life. People believe that the spirits, that are called duppies stay behind or stayed nearby during that time. And on the last night, they even moved the furniture around to help confuse the duppy and help them move on easier.
I've never seen that before.
So basically what they're trying to say is, from what I understand and what the definition is and what I've heard over the years, it's, the family gets together to celebrate because they believe but the spirit lingers around for about 9 days. So there's celebration, all that stuff is happening for 9 nights straight. On the last night, it's like helping them guide them home or to the afterlife, right? Yeah. And you don't want them to linger around and feel comfortable. Yeah. So you would move the furniture around and change things up. So they're like, oh, this is not my home, let me leave. Yeah. Right? So you are Antiguan. Not Jamaican. But no, ma'am. Okay.
That's absolutely okay.
Do you guys have any traditions?
Nothing like that.
Nothing like that?
Nothing like that. For us, it's we're definitely more the colors. You know,
bright colors?
So we're in the purples, the purple, black, and white, our funeral colors. Everybody is going to write their piece that will go into the program. That is very important to put a full bio and the message from everybody. But that's pretty much it. We're still very traditional. Okay. Antigua's small. Yes. It's a very small island, right? So we have
island.
Beautiful course. Island. 365 beaches, one for every day of the year. I'm of Antiguan descent. Listen, as a child, you are taught that. That's what you're supposed to say when people talk about Antigua. You go up there and
you tell people.
Yeah, all the time.
So you guys don't tend to have any...
Not very big like that. We have a few funeral homes. What is interesting is the public cemetery, like the St. John Cemetery, was in the center of the island. Yes. And now it's full. But back in the day, you would walk. The tradition is that you would walk, like in England, right? Yeah. You would walk from the church and we're going to do a full procession to the cemetery.
In New Orleans, they do that as well.
Yes. Yeah. Not like that. Not with all that. No.
I mean, I love that.
I do.
I want to experience that one day.
So I went to New Orleans.
How was that?
I went to the cemetery, which is beautiful.
That's what I want to do.
Like the way that they do their burials, I was like, you are so smart.
It's on my bucket list of places to visit.
Listen, you know how we know? Because my friends all know when you're traveling with me, we're going to stop at a cemetery. We're always going to stop at a cemetery.
Always.
Everywhere I go. Yeah.
My mom went to Turkey and she was doing a bunch of that side of the world. Yep. And she's like, yeah, and I went to a cemetery. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Because she always tells me, she's like, yeah, in Transylvania, there's a cemetery. And I went there. Oh. She goes, I was born, it's just a bunch of old graves. I'm like, what do you mean? She goes, yeah, like some of them from 1400. I'm like, 1400? Yeah. I go, oh my God. You saw a grave from the 1400s? Yeah. She goes, yeah, but I mean, you couldn't really see anything written. I was like, you have no idea. Like, you only read about those things, especially where she went, Transylvania. Ooh, it's scary. Vampires,
of course. That, right? That's all I'm thinking.
And to see a grave from the 1400s, I'm like, that's like Game of Thrones. Actually, I don't know if that's the same time period, but you get what I mean. You know Game of Thrones?
I know, I'm thinking now.
I don't know. Point is, long time ago.
Yes.
We are nowhere near the 1400s, and you saw a grave from the 1400s.
That's pretty cool.
I love that.
My mom and I were on a walk. We're on a hike, and as we're like going along our way, I'm like, oh, there's a cemetery. Come on, Mom. And she's like, over the years, in the beginning, when I first started working, I'm little, so I wasn't even driving yet. She had to drop me off at the funeral home, and
you were young.
Very right. So I got there, and I'm coming in the car. She's like, what? And she sprayed me with Lysol.
Yes.
Sprayed me with Lysol before I get in the car. I brought flowers home. Like, Mommy, I got flowers.
She said, no, take that out of my house. My mom would say, walk in that house backwards. She said, take off that your
dead clothes.
Because take off your dead clothes. And I was like, what do you mean? Like, okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, but it's cold outside, right? Yeah. She didn't want, and then it's like, okay, I'll take off the jacket, but I'm still in my funeral uniform. Yeah. I'm not gonna get naked outside. Yeah. But those are some weird superstitions that we had.
I stopped, and for that, in all fairness, I'm glad that I did, but I stopped bringing my uniform home.
Yes.
And it was just changing there. And I'm like, in truth, like, we're around a whole lot of stuff constantly in hospitals and everywhere else.
We should be for the best. Hygienic reasons we shouldn't. Yeah. But also, because I mean, all these superstitions that the Caribbean community has, or that we can connect on, it stems from something, and deep down I do believe it as well. Like I said, when I felt that feeling with the woman in the embalming room, and even though it was weird at the time, taking off my jacket before I go in, even when I am creating content, trying to talk about this and coming up with different videos, you do want to catch people with certain videos, but we have to also be very careful about what we are opening ourselves up to. And there was a time that I was editing a video, which I thought was the coolest thing ever, because we were talking about that new phenomenon that's going around online called terminal lucidity.
No idea.
You have no idea what that is?
I'm sorry.
So a rough description of what it is I guess you're in the active dying stage.
Okay.
Or you're dying, or you, whatever, however you die.
Oh, yes. Where you start to, like, you feel like you're seeing.
Yeah. Or maybe even a car accident or whatever it is. And they might have pronounced you dead.
Yeah.
But then maybe you had a movement. Something happened. Whatever.
Gotcha.
And I kept playing a video of what they're claiming was that a person was just kind of walking around like a zombie in the room, kicking the furniture, but supposedly he was dead from a fire. So I'm talking about what it is, and I'm playing the video in the background, and then all of a sudden something came to me and said, stop. And I got scared all of a sudden. I'm usually not scared. You know, I'm in the room by myself doing it. I said, stop. I got scared. I opened up my Bible. I took a moment and I just paused. And then I just had the feeling like, you don't continue. If you're going to talk about this topic, great. Don't. That video is not good. You're opening up something you didn't, because the fear I had in my home immediately is like, what am I opening the doors to right now? Because I don't feel scared at home, and I was scared. And it wasn't till I took a moment and I said a quick prayer, and now I keep my Bible open. I mean, it usually is, but I think I just moved from my Bible was somewhere else. I opened up that Bible and that Bible does not move now, right?
Like, stay there.
So I trust that. Do you ever have those feelings?
I am very particular. Like, I rarely will do a haunted house. I don't do any of those. Nope. Okay. No exorcism, no scary movies, no none of that. I'm very aware of the fact that I live in this space. Yeah. And I remember the first time I ever walked into the funeral home, the prep room, right above the room is this big sign that said respect. Yeah. Right. And they were so adamant about it that I've carried it throughout my whole career, everyone I'm talking to. And I want to operate in such a way that every person I've dealt with, alive or dead, would be like, you're respectful? Yeah, I'm respectful. I give you peace. Yeah, yeah. You know, like, I don't want to cause any drama because I'm too much in this space to be dibble-dabbling and acting crazy. Yeah. Right? So I'm very particular on that. Yeah. So it's I hear you important. When you're like, I felt no, it's a no. It's a no. It's a hard no. The moment you say no, out, move on. We're done. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm glad we cleared that up. Yeah. We both don't like duppies and ghosts.
No, Grant, you know what's funny though? When I was a kid, young, in my bedroom, I remember playing with these ghosts in my closet. Oh, really? And it's a Caribbean, right? So I remember telling my mom, no, I'm playing with a ghost. And she's like, I'm sorry, what? And so I am describing them to her and everything. But I'm like, they were just so friendly. Yeah. Like, you know, as a kid, it's like kids, how they see like their grandparents or like, you know, those videos and the kid is talking to nah, nobody's there. They had already passed, but the kids like somehow they're connecting. I was like, something about
the old and the young,
the child, the spirits, right? The spirits align, and in those, every time I see those, I'm just like,
My sister, she's been honing in a lot, and she has that, I guess you could call connection, the sight or the feeling or whatever. She has dreams a lot, and she may hate me for sharing this, but whatever. And she was telling a dream. This is my last story because I know we can keep going. Okay. About my grandmother came to visit her in a dream, and in the dream they're in what she knows it to be my grandmother's house. Yeah. But even though it's not familiar, but that's the feeling that she has. And my grandmother, she's just kind of floating and dancing. It seems so welcoming. And then she turned to my sister and said, tell your aunt so-and-so to come see me. And one thing that stood out was that she's floating and it was just over a red carpet. So when she told my mom the story, she mentioned the carpet. And my mom was just like, how do you know about that carpet? Yeah. Right? Yeah. And she's just like, what do you mean? It was just a red carpet. She goes, that is the same carpet we had in our childhood home. My sister would have never known about that. And that message, she's like, should I tell your sister? And she's like, yeah. Because that is a direct message. And that wasn't the first time. The second time, my sister dreamt about another aunt, the one that has dementia. And it was a good conversation. And in the dream, she feels happy, normal. She's golfing with my aunt, which is so fun because my aunt, that's what she did when she was able to. Yep. And my sister just recently started to get into it. Did she? So, yeah. Oh, so we're connected because I know you golf. But unfortunately, because my aunt got sick, she wasn't able to share that with her. But in the dream, they were doing it. And it felt so nice and so welcoming. And then literally the very next week, that's when we got the call that my aunt went into the hospital. She had seizures and she got sick. So everyone immediately panicked. And I said, that was somebody telling my sister, y'all need to get together. Auntie Pam is what's going to bring you guys together. thank God she didn't pass, but that doesn't mean we still need to get together.
Yeah.
It means get together now
That's
before we pass. And it's because we all start together. Like, who's coming in? Oh, I missed work and I got to do this. Let's do that now while she's here. And I tell my sister, share the stories, please, so that will connect us. She's like, I don't want to be on, you guys argue too much. We do. Regardless of what.
That's fine.
So our family, our ancestors are speaking to you.
Yeah.
And through you, want us to connect. So I really I believe in all of that stuff.
I love it. I love that so much. I think I hear that story and I hear like golfing is something, it takes time. Yeah. Right? It's something that she'd love to do. And it's like, now your sister, right, is the one, whenever she goes out, she's not going to be out there just, experiencing. Yeah. She's going to be thinking about her, being there with her, having those moments. Like, you're going to have a shot and it's like you're going to hear her with you. And I'm like, I think that is the most beautiful way to remember somebody now. Yeah. Like, it's like the shoes. I really like that. It's like the shoes. It's like something that I'm going to have on. And then we take that and I'm like, let's go. Let's all share this with the family and create something together.
Exactly. I agree.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. So just to wrap things up a little bit, because I know we can keep going.
Of course we can.
I would like to just end this with, there's 2 different questions. I guess if we have time, we'll do both. Okay. So the first one is 3 rules that you want, or 3 must-haves that you want for your funeral. And I kind of know we touched on it a little bit in the beginning. And then the follow-up question is, a few takeaways. I won't leave it at 3. Do you have any few takeaways that you, as a funeral pre-planner, end-of-life doula, all the great things, want to leave with everybody today?
So 3 things for my funeral.
Yes.
Plants.
Okay.
I love live plants. Okay. So put plants all around.
Not flowers, plants.
Flowers are also wonderful. Okay. I love them too. But I'm like the sole funeral director who still likes flowers. Do you
think plants talk to you? Are you that person?
No.
Okay.
No, I talk to them. But I have names and we chat it all up. Okay. And these are my babies and all of that. One of them just died. It's very sad, but it's, listen, yes. I put them out in the snow. I'm like, you go into the snow. I'll deal with you next season. So plants, definitely. Yes. Let's see here. Like, put on the tunes. Yes. I want you to be playing. And now everyone's going to come for me. Soca, yes. Soca is fine, yes. But Soca put music. On some 90s R&B for me as well. Like, I want you guys having, like, let's have this moment. Yeah. Yes, that. Yep. And then now from this conversation, I'm going to switch it up. And I'm going to be like, I want you to, maybe not, you don't have to buy something crazy, but I want you to treat yourself to something. Yeah. And I'd love for it to be an actual item. Yeah. So that when you look at it, you remember me. So
make sure you like it.
I would love that. I think that's a beautiful thing. And it's not something that I'm like, here, take this from me. Nah, you take it and enjoy.
Take the money and buy something you want.
Yeah.
And say, oh, Minnelle allowed me to get this.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, I'm going to do that one. What was the second thing you asked
me? The takeaways. Any takeaways you want to leave with anyone that's listening, what you want them to remember, and stress. That's important.
Yes. Have the hard conversation right now.
Have the hard conversation. I like that.
Talk about it. I think so many of us are dancing around and trying to find the right time. We're all guilty of it, right? We don't want to be the problem. We want to be peace, but it only amplifies later on. Yeah. So have the conversation. And if you don't want to share, everyone has their walk. If you don't want to share your secrets with me right now, write it down so that we can find
it. Exactly. I think that's very, we got to do it. Come on. Don't leave it for me to do later.
No. Do you know what ethical wills? Like that is my thing. Ethical wills are, it's not a legal document. It's basically, it's like a note. Okay. It's just a note to explain why you're doing this in the will. So, okay, I'm writing you, these people love to, I'm writing you out of the will. And you don't find out until you're sitting down there at the lawyer's office.
You get nothing.
Hearing it. Like, do you know what that's going to do? I used to talk to my mom. I'd be like, okay, listen. It's me and my brother. There's only the 2 of us. Yeah. So whatever happens, whenever my parents pass, it's just me and my brother. Yeah. Regardless of what your wishes are, or however you want to split things, or however things gonna go. Yeah. Just know that my brother and I gotta work it so that we're good. Yeah. So you want to do things 50-50, we'll figure it out. However it goes, just know that once you're dead, once I'm gone, the family still continues. Yeah. And your goal is to be gone and have the family good. Exactly. Better. Not
I
worse.
won't be here, so in the end, I don't care. But I'm trying my best while I'm alive to make this transition easy for you as much as possible.
That's it. Yeah. Right? I don't want to leave it because how many times have I sat with families and you can sit with them right away and know you guys are going to be great. Yeah. because you're leaning on each other.
You lean on each other.
And you have other families where they walk in and you're like, you're never going to talk to each other again after this moment.
No, you're not.
And I like to stop that.
Yeah.
Number one goal.
Yeah.
Because I hate that. It doesn't need to be like that. We're family. That's what we got.
Exactly.
See, your aunt was like, I want y'all to come together.
Yeah.
Let's do this. We are family.
Yeah.
So that's it.
That's good. So have the hard conversations now.
Yeah.
Okay. I like that. I think that's a good place to leave it. I want to thank you for coming out and speaking to me. Yes. You know, it's so nice to speak with someone that's like-minded. I know we end up rambling, but this is what I wanted to showcase to anyone that finds the interest in this or wants some guidance or just to feel comfortable about talking about this. Hopefully seeing us interact will give them that feeling.
Yes,
right?
Absolutely.
So thank you so much.
Thank
you. Do you want to give everybody your socials, all that stuff where they can find you?
Okay.
And we'll put it in the show notes at the bottom.
As well?
We'll do all that.
Perfect. Thank you. So Ending Well with Minnelle. I'm Minnelle. Hi. I'm here to help you live well so you can end well. That is me and my platform. So find me on any social media. It's always Ending Well with Minnelle. Or you can go to my website, ewwm.ca. And from there's tools and tips and all of those things that they can take advantage of.
Perfect. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.